Welcome to part 3. In this video I will be reviewing my logo stamping app. The prior context is that I have paid a freelancer on Fiverr to produce for me a logo which is my very own. And so, again, the first question to ask of the application, what is it? Well, the appropriate first thing to do would be to visit the About page. And as you can see, the point is that we can take images and PDFs and stamp them with the logo. At the home page, we're invited to log in or sign up. And while I appreciate that this is sort of unnecessary and out of place, I wanted to try it in Django, and of note, if I try to go to the stamp page, then I'm directed to log in because it's an exclusive route. And here's an account which I made earlier, and logging in we're led to the core functionality of the application. So I should be able to stamp images and PDFs, but I might make some mistakes. The first mistake which I might make is I might just choose an unsupported file format. So if I fill out these details here along with a text file, then you'll see, as we expect, that file format is not supported. But I'm aware of this, so let's say instead I choose to stamp an image. Now I'm still not immune to mistakes. A second mistake which I might make, and this is why it's useful in this version of the application to know in advance the dimensions of my uploaded image. The second mistake I might make is that I might allow the logo to be too big. And then once the app has checked, it realizes that that logo will not, with those dimensions, it will not fit the image. But I'm aware of this as well. So let's say with the same image I choose some dimensions more sensible. And let's say that I want to produce a watermark kind of effect, then I can choose a transparency like so, and say I place the logo in the center of the image, then I'll soon be returned a preview, so I can see what the stamped image looks like before I possibly download the image. And just to show that that works, you can see that we get the same thing here. And so the process should be similar for PDFs. So I have another file prepared here. Let's keep those dimensions. Let's say we want to have it opaque and in the bottom right. Now this will take longer, and at this opportunity I'll explain what's going on under the hood. And unfortunately this is tailored to the specific logo I have. But suppose I submit an image. Basically the idea is that, well, first of all, I identify based on color the background pixels for my logo image, and then I replace those pixels with the pixels of the uploaded image where the background pixels would sit if the initial logo image were just pasted on to the uploaded image at the desired location. And now this allows me to eliminate the background of the uploaded image and just have the figure of the man appear on the uploaded one when I return the logo image with edited background pasted onto the initial uploaded image to the client. And see, the reason that PDFs takes longer is that, well, I'm effectively going through the same process with possibly more images and a couple of additional steps. So for PDFs, I first convert every page into an image, and then I stamp each of those images, and then I compile them back into a PDF. So for this example here, this PDF has 11 pages, and so I'm going through this process of stamping every one of those, and there's that additional sort of process of translation between PDF and image. But as you can see, this works rather nicely, and yes, I hope you can understand why that would take longer. So what do I like about the project? I like that it actually solves a problem. I couldn't find anywhere online which could provide me with the same functionality as my app, anything like satisfactorily. So I actually had to solve this problem of how to identify the background of the logo image and ignore that when pasting it onto the actual image. So it was uniquely useful for me. But more interesting, how could it be better? Well, of course, as with the first project, I could make it less stylistically ugly, but I wasn't really concerned about that. In more technically, I guess the standout issue for me is the way that I am identifying the background pixels for the logo. It's a bit arbitrary and inelegant. Like if I came back to the project, I would probably think about a smarter way to do that. With a little more time, there are other things I would do. An easy thing would be that on choosing a file, once that's been done, I would tell the user before they submit the whole form what the dimensions are of their image. Or their PDF for that matter, because that would make the user less likely to encounter the won't fit error. Another thing I have in the form, there's a set of options for where you can place the logo on the image, but the next and natural step would be to make that process more custom. This is something which nowadays feels more familiar. You can just mouse over a desired region, and then you could place the image there. But again, as before, there's a lot to consider.